Hey, I got a light, boy. Hey, I got a light. Hey, I got a light, boy.
Hi folks, it's Norfolk Boy here, keep eye on attraction, and it's been a very long time since I've done a video on my model railway, as I've not, I must confess, been doing that much to it. So it probably looks pretty much like it did before, when the last thing that I did on a video was this little bit of landscape, and I have added a few trees, but that's been about it. As I must confess, I've been doing other things, but I'm back to this now, and I fancy doing some more, and certainly with the winter coming up pretty soon, if it isn't already here, it'd be fair in our country, because the weather this year for summer has been atrocious. I've decided that I'm going to start again doing some bits and pieces, and randomly I thought I'd make myself a fire station for over there somewhere. So I've just started by trying to design one, and I've printed them all out and put them, or stuck them onto a card. So I'm now going to put it together, and we'll see how it comes out. Marvellous cool beans. Also, before I start, I thought I'd just mention it was my birthday in June, and I did get a few things to use on my model railway. One being lots and lots of different types of trees and bushes and stuff, which is rather handy. Some more little trees galore. And this little item, I made a video not so long ago about a handmade one of these, and somebody's bought me the real thing, although it's pretty much the same, I suppose, but on a larger scale, and hopefully this idea will be better than the one that I created. You never know. And I've got plenty of static grass to go with that as well, different colours. So I'm going to be trying this out and testing this out and seeing how much better it really is than the one that I made, which was this one here, which I did try and use, and it was semi-successful, I would say. It wasn't the best, but we'll see. The comparison between these two will be quite interesting, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so I've cut all my little pieces out, so I'm ready to actually start putting these together. I kind of know how they all go, so I'm now going to start to put this all together, but I also have got a tower that goes with this. I just haven't printed that out yet, so I'm now going to put all this together. I won't bore you on the video of putting it all together. I'm just going to get the glue out, and off I go and start sticking some of this stuff together. And these kind of things sit behind and give that little 3D effect like you do with all the ones that you buy. Anyway, I'm now going to put all this together. Okay, so I'm getting on quite nicely with this little model. I don't think that's half bad for a homemade model. I'm going to make this free to download for anybody else who wants to have a crack at making this nice little fire station. I've still got the tower to go yet. That will go here, which I'm going to do. But before I carry on, just to say that if anybody does want to download it, I'm going to leave a link down below this video so that you can click and download the PDF for yourself. All I've made it with really is I printed it out on some very thin white card, and then the white card I glued to some 1mm card. Now this stuff you can buy in shops, in craft shops, or you can buy them online on eBay or somewhere like that, or Amazon, they do it too. It's not too expensive, and it's just easier to stick it onto this stuff because it's nice and clean. You can use, if it's, as long as it's kind of almost 1mm, well, it's got to be 1mm really. If it's 1mm and you can get it off a box or something like that, and by all means do it that way. And then once you've stuck all your stuff onto your card and you've let it dry for a while, you can then cut all the individual pieces out very carefully, and then put them all together like this. The only thing that doesn't get stuck to a card is the actual coving that goes along the top, and these little bits that make up the funnels for the chimney. So what I normally do on my PDF kits is just to mark on the places where you don't have to stick cards, so you can just cut a piece off the bit that it's printed out on, and then only leave those as they are and stick the rest to the card. I will put all the kind of instructions for that sort of thing in the PDF itself. So if you feel like making this little station, then by all means do. I'm just going to make it downloadable for anybody that fancies it. In the meantime, I'm going to get on next with my tower with the clock on to finish it off completely and show you the end result. Voila! Here's the end result of my fire station. I'm quite pleased with it, I must admit, to be quite honest. As I said, I'll leave a link underneath this video for anybody else who'd like to download the PDF and cut it all out and put it all together, and even add some extra bits to it if so wish, really, you know, gutter and that kind of thing. But anyway, at the moment as it stands, I'm really pleased with it. It looks great. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so time has actually moved on and it's now the 22nd of December. So when I first started this video, I was making this fire station, which I'm pleased with, but it needs a little bit more detail and possibly needs to be made to look a little bit dirtier, as it looks a little bit too clean and tidy at the moment. But there it is. Not sure that's where it's going to stay, but at the moment that's where I put it, because I'm moving on to what I said I would do at the start of the video, which was a couple of months ago now, and it's now nearly Christmas. Things have happened, and I went in a hospital and work got in the way. But anyway, moving on to what I said I'd do at the very beginning, which is to try out this static grass applicator. Sorry for the edit there. Yes, what I used in the last video was this, which was my homemade version, which I wasn't too pleased with the results, but they came out kind of okay, I guess. And I was working over here on this particular spot, and well, this is pretty much how it all came out anyway. As you can see, it's not too bad, not too bad. But I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, and then I'm going to try out this new applicator that I've got and kind of see what the difference is with a proper one to a handmade one made by me, which probably just wasn't powerful enough, I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. So let's get this out of the box and get the batteries inside it. There we go, a couple of AA batteries, I guess that's what it says anyway. Yeah, so easy to put in, of course not. But anyway, here we go, and another battery. God, dear, oh dear, they do make these nice and hard. There we are. Right, jolly good. And then pop that in, and well, so far so good. Let's oh, a light comes on, so we're in business. Now I'm going to read the instructions because I've never used one of these before. I've got some static grass in here in various different colours. I might do a little bit of a mix. Oh, they even give me a brush. Well, how nice. Mind you, I have one of my own, but never mind. Yeah, so I'm going to pop some mixed grass in here, I think, and then we'll give it a go. Okay, so I've got a little bit of glue here, a little thin mixture of glue, and I'll just really, I could do with one of those little spray guns that people use for this, because once you've actually done a bit of your static grass, you don't want to beat them all back down again if you're going to put a different colour on really with this brush. But this is just testing purposes really, so we'll just use this brush for now, and brush some of this glue on the area here so as we can try this grass applicator out and see what kind of results we get. I haven't really mixed up a lot of static grass, so I shouldn't go too mad. Let's try that and we'll see if we can mingle this join together with that other piece of grass over here. Should be all right. Right, well, we'll try that. So I've got this little bit of static grass in there, not a lot. Right, and you've got a crocodile clip on here, so I'm going to attach that to one of my lines. There we are. Okay, So here we go, the truth. I'm going to turn this upside down and then press the button. Well, I think I'll press the button first and then turn it upside down, and then we'll give it a shake and see how this works out. Yes, I didn't really put much in there, did I? So I'm going to have to refill it. But I'm looking at it and, well, it's kind of the same. But anyway, let me refill this, because the mistake was I just didn't put enough in there. Okay, so I've refilled this. Shake that up again and mix it up a bit inside, because I'll put a few different types in there. And let's get the rest of this on while the glue is still wet. I think the closer that you get this to the area you're working on, it seems the better it starts to come up. I suppose that makes sense, because it's making the grass stand up more on end as you're running over it. I think I'm out again, so yeah, okay, so that, yeah, looks pretty good. I don't know how it's going to dry out, but I'll see if I can get a bit of a closer shot for you. And well, the light's not great in this place, but as you can see, that looks pretty realistic, and it does stand up a little bit better than what I did over here and over there with my handmade one. So I suppose the verdict is that if you buy one of these gadgets, the ones that you buy are better. Not only for the fact that I think they give a little bit of a better result, but you also have this super bit that you put your grass into, which means as you're shaking it, it'll drop out the top and everything. It's all inside there, and as long as that wire's touching that metal mesh on top there, that's what makes it work. So yeah, pretty good. Now I can go mad with static grass wherever I need it, and make it everywhere look a little bit more green. As you can see with my layout at the moment, I'm never sticking to one part in particular. So at the moment it's very bitty. I haven't really finished that tunnel yet, and I really need to. I probably haven't ever really finished the bridge going over there. I think I made my white lines on that road a little bit too thick and all, really, but there you go. It's a bit cold at the moment, and I'm seeing lots of stuff coming up where I haven't glued it down properly, really. So I need to go around doing that now. It's really cold. But other than that, it's holding out pretty well. I've been sticking bits down that come up because I do use this glue, which is the all-purpose adhesive glue, but it's the solvent-free stuff. And sometimes you try and stick things down a little bit too quick with it. It takes a little bit longer to dry off enough to grip properly, unlike the other stuff. But the other stuff absolutely stinks, and that stuff is much better, so I use that. But all in all, it's kind of worked anyway. So yeah, at the moment I'm having fun here. I think I'll wrap up this video for the moment, because there's so many things that I need to do on here. I mean, I started this this actual marketplace and made one stall, and that's as far as I've got. So I'm a very lazy person. I haven't really moved on much with this layout at the moment, so I really need to get on with it. But there we are. I've took my trains in at the moment because it's quite cold out here, and I'll give it a little while until the weather starts getting better after Christmas, and then I'll bring them back out again. I have left them out here before, but I have to clean the track. I had to clean the trains. They all got a little bit dodgy where it's cold in this place sometimes at night. I used to have the heating on, but unfortunately their heating costs a lot of money now, does it not? And I'm sure everybody's feeling that. So I'm trying to keep the place as warm as I can. I probably could do with insulating it, but yeah, the colder these tracks get and everything and that, and I think, and the trains and that, as soon as you start to try and run them again in the summer, there's a little bit of work to do to get them running nice again. So anyway, that's it for this video for the time being. There's my fire station. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link to go and get the PDF to create that yourself if you so wish. Yeah, and for now, that will be it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again in the next video, hopefully very soon. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. Take care.
I got a load.